What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys doing absolutely fantastic. You guys are piling in already. We got Albert in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Anna, Bill, Cheryl, Diane. Good morning. We got Joe, JT, Lauren, Marius, Martina. Good morning to Mike. Mike is Peter. Shane, Tim is in the house. Good morning to all you. We got Reese in YouTube land. Good morning to you. All the other lurkers in the background of YouTube. It's okay. I still love you. Just hit that like and subscribe buttons. But all right, midway through the week, we made it halfway. That's crazy. That's crazy. The crazy thing is like August is almost kind of over. I mean, I've already seen like some back to school backpacks and lunch boxes, and I'm like, that's crazy. That's almost the summer. That's wild. But not a bad summer. We got we got a pretty much almost closing at all-time highs for the SPY. That's wild. We'll see. We'll see how the next week and a half goes. We'll see how this market wants to end. Today, though, we do have a little gap up. Yesterday, we did a whole bunch of nothing. Uh, Looking good though for today to continue bullish. We did end. So even though it was just an inside rest day, which I mean, we went from 511 all the way up to 560. It's a 50-point move in 2.5 weeks. Probably the craziest thing I've seen in a long time. But can we still go is the question. I think we can. Yep. So even though we did a lot of nothing, we did just kind of have a rest day. It was a little all over the place. Still had a good trading day, which is fun. But we did a lot actually while doing nothing at the same time. So we still had the VPOC from yesterday higher than the day before. So that's still telling me we're bullish. We came down, we retested the VPOC. We did have a little scare at some point. It looked like, oh, could get crazy, but the Bulls were able to bring this thing right back, and that just kind of retests that day before VPOC. We were opening at one level of resistance right here as an inside day, so maybe we see another little pullback at open, possibly looking for like 559.31, so about a 40-cent move. Other than that, we are at the very high end of Monday's candle. Okay, I'll take that. Next resistance up is 561.78. So we do have a little bit more risk reward to the bull side. After that, we got 562.72. And that would be kind of closing the gap. And then the real test, the real spot for double tops to come in 563.55. So I still got a little bit more room in the bull side than I do to the bear side. So I'm gonna remain bullish, even though it feels very, very difficult to do so. It feels like dirty. It's just dirty. We got the Qs also a little inside, dude. Nothing yesterday day. Okay. Not really a lot of news this week. Jackson Hole Friday. I don't think he's going to, unless he drops a bomb on Friday. I don't really see this being a huge news week, and then we just push it off till next week before really Nvidia earnings. I think that's the next real big thing in terms of chips market, fear, panic, and then we push in right into September. So we'll see. Qs, we got the Qs also. Again, the Qs have a little tighter range, I think. So another do nothing day, but still VPOC was higher. We never retested this 475.82. So that's still in play to the downside if we start breaking underneath yesterday's level, which is about 480.66. 482.05 would be target for today. If we start breaking that, the next target up is 483.27. But honestly, I think that will be quite easily taken out and broken. And then we'll start looking for probably closing around 486.07. Really, really wild day. We're like another good Q's day of pushing until like we're right back to this 495.83. So there's a lot of room on the Q's. I think this is our biggest hurdle, 482. 482.05. Anything above that, We will have some resistance on the way up, but I don't think any of them are really that strong of resistance until we get to this 495.65. So let's see. Let's see if the Qs can do some work today. That'd be kind of crazy. Just more continuation in the bullish direction. Yeah, if you guys got tickers, let me know. We got so far Bill wants Amazon and Nvidia. Joe is looking for that Palantir. Okay. TGT, huge gap on earnings. Up, we'll take a look at that one as well. So we got Amazon. Yeah, a lot of retail seems to be gapping up. I didn't see the Target earnings, so we'll have to take a look at that together. But we got Amazon. Amazon is. Oh yeah, there's another one too. There's another one that a lot of you guys are holding that position that looks pretty fun today too. Uh, Amazon. So Amazon, nice little jump up here. If Target, which again I haven't seen those earnings, but if Target's jumping, that might be good for retail. Amazon is getting a nice little bump. This is also a retest gap, and we are gapping into the 50. We're also gapping into a little bit of resistance up here, so it is a nice, fun gap. Target to the high side, I think you're looking for like 181.17. Stretch target for today, I think if we can get there. And I think some of this resistance will play in. So I don't think it's gonna be an easy one. But that would take me back to like 183.94. So that's my bigger target for Amazon. Otherwise, we could get held up somewhere around 181.25 and then 182.50. We would have a bigger possibility of breaking through. Yeah, I think the big target for today is probably about 182.50. Unless we retest first, we come back down. I'd even be looking to hold maybe 179.84. So I don't think I need a full retest, but if we can start holding this 179.84 and then kind of pushing, I think we have a bigger opportunity. More likely to probably hit this 183.93, but a little bit of chop that we're pushing into. It is a retest gap. It's got a little bit of room on it. We'll put that a tad higher. Nvidia. Oh, for right now, chilling. Nothing crazy. This one actually put in, so unlike the SPY and Qs, this one actually did put in a little uh inside day with a lower VPOC. We're opening right into that. So target to the high side at this point would be 128.89. If that starts to break, I think the target, the next real resistance is 131. Keep in mind they're gonna have earnings. We're pretty high on this one. We're pretty high. It still looks like it's going to try to remain bullish, but I wouldn't be surprised if we start narrowing down some of those opportunities into earnings, but still be leaning a little bullish into earnings though. So maybe a little bit more of a tighter chop on Nvidia and a little bit wilder just with those earnings kind of coming out. The one that a lot of us is holding, nice little gap today, ALB. ALB, so good gap, $86. They finally got a upgrade. Well, it was still a downgrade, but all the other downgrades that came in were to like 78, 80, something crazy. They Argus downgrades from 166 to 124. So even though that's still a downgrade on ALB, that was a little positive momentum. So nice little $1.80 gap. For day trade purpose, you are opening at some kind of resistance. I wouldn't be surprised we get some kind of a pullback if you're day trading this one, which you could day trade it too. But look for that 85.22 to hold. So look for a little pullback. And then I think that next time up, we could break this $86, and the next target probably takes us to about 91.12, something in that direction. So this one does have a lot of room for a day trade on it as well, if you'd like to, but I'd see if we can get a little pullback first. TGT, so let's take a look at that one. Yeah, huge gap. Why don't we take this day trade? That was a 1.2. This is like a 75 R gain. What was their earnings? Earnings per share that came in is massive. 17% beat, especially for Target. They came in with a $264 million beats the upside. Uh, we starting to put all of that volume to the lower side. So that's all going to be support. I don't know how much more room this one has to the higher side today. You're definitely squeezing some bears out. Not that Target is a heavily shorted stock, though. Um, if this one starts to get, I think, above 167.31, probably off to the races at that point. It's got a decent amount of room higher. Yep. Decent amount. This is a big gap though. So I don't know that I would be able to go bullish on this one out of the gate. Probably more of a fade. Any bears that are still out there, they do not want this thing to break 167. 167.08. So that being said, I'd be looking for more of a fade. I don't know if we get it, but I would be looking for more of a fade. If you're trying to get in, that your higher volume 158.35. So even kind of on a retest, I don't know if we get there today, but that would be my stretch target right into 158. So probably would rather lean bullish than bearish. I don't think I'd want to play this fade if it comes down and we do get some opportunity off that 158.63. That's where I would like to look. I don't think we get there today though. We'd have to see with this. I'd probably need some intraday candles. This is just massive. That being said, even though I don't feel really comfortable playing this in either direction, that's going to give us some sympathy plays. Anything retail, Walmart, I would assume, maybe a better opportunity there. Yeah, Walmart looks decent. Again, still a retest gap, so see if we can get some kind of fade, but we're gapping to all-time highs on Walmart. I got no resistance above us, only support below us at this point. Maybe come back to like 74.47. That'd be fun. And maybe also too, we could use Walmart since that gap is just massive on target. If we do get any type of pullback and we get into the 74.47 zone, and then you want to try target again, that might be an opportunity too. Maybe that's enough fading for retail. But TJX gapped. What about my boy Coles? Any reaction off that one? Yeah, that's a good gap. Was this also earnings? They also had earnings. 3.95% earnings beat. Yep. Retail going crazy. People still shopping. As long as the credit cards still work, we start losing credit cards. Oh, we didn't get a gap on Kohl's. Kohl's, you're not paying attention. Not paying attention, Kohl's. That's okay. Oh, they raised their full year guidance as well. Remember Target was at $100 back here. I think we got down to like $104. That was in October 2023. You're up about 66% since October. Not even a full year. All right. Palantir. Palantir. So we'll watch some of those retails today. We'll watch Walmart, TJX, TGT. Uh, Probably not much movement on Palantir so far this morning. Uh, Look for, see if you get any kind of bounce. 32.28. So to the low side, 32.28. To the high side, I got 32.41. So not a lot of range unless either of those breaks. If we start breaking down lower, which we are kind of gapping, we're not really gapping. We're actually opening pretty flat, but we are opening still under yesterday's VPOC. So that's going to be a little bit of resistance. If we end up breaking this lower leg, this 32.28 zone, I think we see a little pullback to 32.08. That is also a spot that has been now retested twice. The Bulls managed to bring it up twice. We start getting down there again. I don't know that they can save it. And then you probably look at a short down to 31.18. And then maybe final target $31. But for right now, just kind of still resting, just kind of hanging out. Yeah, DG was looking at that one too. Had a nice gap. DG actually looks really fun. Um, start just getting into all this resistance from over here. Target for today, I think we can get to 127.97, especially if retail remains strong. Problem is, I think a lot of that retail, most of it might have at least a little bit of a dip. Probably trying to see if we could get that same reaction on DG would be awesome. Even though this is a little bit more of a gap and go. But any type of pullback, we're looking for support around 124.39. Otherwise, I do think target for today is 128.05. We managed to get through it 130.41. So retail could have a pretty good day. Let's get that one higher. Amazon, yeah, we did take a look at Amazon. Amazon is a retest gap, and we're starting to get into some resistance up here. I think even if we go back further. So we're kind of opening right into a little resistance. I'm looking for this 181.22 as my first little I think Amazon starts to get into a lot of resistance up here. The next spot on this one is about 182.39. I think that's going to be a good one. Maybe we get to like 183.72. If retail's strong, Amazon wants to respond. Okay, great. I'd almost rather us see this retest first, kind of come down to like this 178.48 and then push. But I think I have to be a little more cautious on Amazon. If we could hit these final targets, that's going to take us to like 183.86 though, so that's still a little bit of room. Shop might be responding too. Yeah, I would rather play Shop. Shop might be my best sympathy play. Next target on this one takes us to, it's only going to take us to 76.59. That's where our big resistance comes in. A really, really good day for Shop takes us to about 77.24. But here you're inside day candle, so a little bit of a high wave out of the gate. Maybe we get a tight setup on it. High wave indecision. The first real spot we got to break out of is a 75.69. I think that's doable. So maybe a little pullback on Shop down to like 70.47, and then we take off from there. We will see. Gap and go on Google. Google had a good day yesterday. Gap and go to the bear side though. It is a gap and go. We're still holding this one spot, which would be 165.58. I'm not sure where this one wants to open. We're about a penny higher. Otherwise, that looks like a decent fade down to like 163.84. So yeah, I agree. That looks like a decent short. We'll get that one there. Only problem is if Qs want to break out and SPY wants to break out, which they haven't yet, but Google looks like a decent short. Target for 164.06. The next one down, stretch target, I think takes us to about 163.63. Most likely some bulls just kind of waiting there. But I would have to open pretty much where it's at now. Maybe give us a bullish candle, bullish trap out of the gate. We could take a short underneath it. Would be fun. HD. Home Depot. Small gap down, 27 cents. We got 9 more minutes till open, so we'll see where this one actually wants to open. I've got VPOC sitting right at 367 even, so that's right where they're going to open this one. Pretty good day yesterday. Next immediate target would take us to 368.22. That's not going to give me that much risk reward to get into the trade in a bull direction. And then 373.15. Pretty good day yesterday. So if this one breaks apart and this one starts to drop, I'm looking for like 364.13. So it just depends on where this one opens. It is retail. Technically, it's retail. So retail looks strong. It did have a strong day yesterday. Maybe not as much movement to the higher side. We do have some resistance. Would rather go bullish somewhere around 364 if you're leaning in the bull camp. Can you fade it? Yeah, you might be able to fade this one down if this one opens anywhere or starts getting candles closing below 367. Um, but it does move pretty decently. So even a close under that would have to be a small high wave candle, something like that, to really get some decent risk reward to the downside. Otherwise, I'm looking for a pullback and probably continuation that bullish direction. Tim says Lulu, Lulu. I think you said that one before. Yeah, so I'm starting to build out positions. I only got 2 months of deposit in this one. Looks like it is gapping up slightly though today. This one, we might be able to take for a day trade though. I actually like this one a lot for a day trade. Target would take us to about 273.31, so that's going to give us $10 to the high side. Support on this one should be about 260.08. We're getting above this candle with all that volume in it, so that looks good. Yeah, like probably one of my favorite gaps. One of my favorite gaps. We'll get that right up there for Lulu. Interesting. Toll Brothers. Uh, do they have earnings too? Pretty good earnings for Toll Brothers. They beat earnings per share by 29 cents, which is 8.77%. They came in with a $19 million beat, so pretty decent there. Again, resistance on this one comes in at 130.835, so you got about $2 ish, maybe slightly under $2. I'm opening in no man's land, so give me either my resistance first or my support first. So I probably wouldn't touch this one out of the gate for me. But I would be looking for like a pullback, maybe 130, 135, slightly under. Give me like a 134.94. 134.82 would be decent. And then I think I get better range at least. But does look bullish. Earnings were good. Let's see if we get some profit taken first and then probably jump in. I don't even think I got toll on my list. Let's get toll there. Let's add some toll. Yeah, Nike's gapping up. That's probably going to be with the retail though. Mm, NKE. So we set this swing trade up again. I didn't take it. Wish I did. But we never really hit the target. We've had this kind of massive move, good push up. I think people are still leaning bullish on it. I haven't hit my target. Doesn't mean that's where it has to stop. We got plenty of room on this one. I got the 100 on the daily. So I'm looking at this thing like I would have probably taken some target there. I think it was a 2R target. We're getting close. People might be wanting to take some profits, but then, yeah, if you scroll out further, there's really not a lot holding us back. I think the next target on this one's actually probably about 86.28. Um, Even though it is not really doing anything crazy in terms of gaps, I wouldn't mind this location. So we're above all of the VPOCs. I probably would lean bullish on this one. Small pullback into like 83.58 and then take off from there. So let's get Nike on the list. We might be able to play some follow through on this one. It's just up a lot from a couple days ago. And then even where our target would be 84.65, but that doesn't mean that's where it stops. So a couple days of resting, I think it might be ready to go. So I think that could be a sneaky little gap, sneaky little play for today. Uh, Rough Heath, did I say that right? I probably said that wrong, but it says today up or down. I don't know what today closes. We'll see. That's a good question. But I think I'd have to remain a little bit more bullish than bearish. Santilla says never late. What's up, Santilla? Every day. I'm gonna give out like perfect attendance awards soon. PayPal still looks good. So if you're in this one, fantastic. Still looks good to the bullish direction. I think we got to 73, which was my first little Target, we got pretty close to 73. Otherwise, again, same thing. Look for a small little pullback on this one if you want to try to trade it. See if you get any push back to like 72.06. And I think 70, actually a little higher than 73. Yeah. 73.22 is next kind of resistance, and then we got 74.95, so it's still got some room on it. To the bullish side, so I'd be looking for a continuation on PayPal. Airbnb, we tried to set a trade, we never got triggered yesterday. Let's see where we're at today for Airbnb. Nothing crazy. No, still actually a little bit of a little gap up. Nothing crazy right into resistance. We'd have to be waiting on that one. DraftKings did have a decent day yesterday. A little bit of a pullback. Not really gapping, but we're still above VPOC. So if this one wants to pull back to like 34.61, I do think targets on this one 35.81. So we have a little bit higher there. Let's take a look at Tesla. Seems to be putting a little bit of a candle in. Tesla, very high on my list. Target on Tesla to me would be about 231.53. Maybe a small little pullback, see if we can hold this 221.29, but we are gapping above it. Little tiny resistance there. Otherwise, free range up until 231. Yeah, I gotta take a look at that one. Pretty much at open. Thoughts on Apple. Apple, who just only does green candles on the daily. That Apple. Yeah. Yeah. I think we see another green candle on Apple today. Watch today be the one day that's a red candle. I'm just going with the odds. I'm going with the odds. If we could do it 12 days, why not 13? Resistance on this one, where at least yesterday's VPOC is 226.58. We are gapping slightly below it. We're putting in all sorts of support down here. So if this turns into a red day, I don't even think it's a big one. Maybe like 224.85. Target on this one, I'm starting to lose a lot of like risk to reward, but on a small day, if it does want to remain green or at least get there, I think our bullish target 228.72. Final target, I don't know about final target, but I do think we're looking for this gap fill 234.59. How we're doing it, I don't know. That's we're doing it in style, but we will see. That is the morning bell, everybody on YouTube. I appreciate you joining us each and every day. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe buttons, and we'll do it again tomorrow. We'll do it again tomorrow. Be safe out there.